Oh. I'd like to welcome everybody to our September 18th Brigantine City Council meeting. Please rise and fly salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing while our Deputy Mayor Karen reads this prayer.
Heavenly Father, we give praise for all our gifts, for life and health and loving care. We ask for your guidance that we may lead with wisdom and justice. Help that we may keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Where there are differences of opinion, help us to be one with your blessing. In your name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing. Have a moment of silence for Joseph Coach Joe Guglielmo. Joe taught 32 years at Roselle Park High School in New Jersey, where he coached football and was inducted into the New Jersey High School Coaching Hall of Fame. After retiring and moving to Brigantine with his wife Joanna, Joe enjoyed painting and was honored as an Artist of the Month by the Brigantine Cultural Arts Commission. He was an active member of the Brigantine Lions, the Brigantine Elks, and the St. Thomas Council of the Knights of Columbus. Joe and his buddy Frankie D were regulars right here at our council meetings for many, many years. Joe is survived by his wife Joanne, their daughter Linda, their son Joseph, 4 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Thank you. Please be seated.
Then we read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement.
This is to advise the meeting notices covering this meeting to send postage required by the Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. We have an executive session.
Yes, sorry, Mayor. Yes, we do need a quick executive session for contract negotiations.
All right, perfect. Then read the resolution.
Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss matters of contract negotiations, minutes will be kept once the matter involving confidentiality and the law requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now therefore be it resolved that publicly exclude from this meeting, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
We have a motion second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passed. Should that
What's up?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I appreciate it. Oops. How's she settling in? Good. Still good. You gonna stay on? Just so you can mute him? Yeah, this time you have to mute him. I can't hear anyway. You really can't. Unless you talk right into it. You gotta talk right into that thing. Yeah, it's going pretty good, man. She went to the game again. Breaking it? Yeah, I think so. The big adjustments to school. because she's, which hasn't been that much yet, but I told my wife, man, we've been having discussions. It's like on Monday she has a 4 hour practice. I'm like, Nicole, like if she ever gets a lot of homework, she's not really finish it.
No problem.
I was like, so you got to get mentally prepared to pull her out of that gym, and they're like they frown upon that stuff, but it's like I don't care, Nicole. Like you got to start mentally preparing yourself. Because dude, 4 hours. By the time you get on the bus for an hour, school all day, and she picks her up, brings her to Egg Harbor Township. Then I go get her. She gets in the door at like 9 o'clock. Like, there's not a lot of time left because she's exhausted by then.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I got to really watch because I'm gonna have to have a nice discussion with the wife. Be like, I don't care what the gym thinks. You know, they're lucky she's even still there because 3 of her teammates quit this year because of high school.
Yeah.
But that's because they wanted to play other sports. Right now, Annabelle doesn't want to play other sports. So.
Yeah.
I'd rather her just pick like a.
right, we have a motion and second to resume the meeting. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passed. We're going to resume our meeting. George, can you summarize? Yes, Mayor. A brief update from manager on a contract. Thank you. We have approval of our September 4th, 2024 council meeting minutes. We have motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon? Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have our approval of payroll, requisition list, and operating expenses. We have motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri? Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Yes. Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have public comment. This is public comment on agenda items only. Anybody wishing to be heard, please come up, state your name and address for the record. See no public comment, we're going to close the public comments. First up, we have resolution 2024-160, and this is a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract renewing membership in the Atlantic County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. A motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-161, and this is a resolution granting a revocable license at 1404 East Beach Avenue for an encroachment on a city right-of-way. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-162, and this is a resolution by the city of Brigantine, New Jersey, authorizing award of contract with S. Hughes Electrical Company LLC for emergency generators at various locations, Brigantine, New Jersey. This is the amount of $2,678,012. Motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2024-163. This is a resolution amending the City of Brigantine 2024 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation from the State of New Jersey Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over Labor Day Grant. This is in the amount of $1,050. Motion second. I'll make that motion. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes. Resolution 2024-164, and this is a resolution by the City of Brigantine, New Jersey, authorizing an emergency contract with Northeast Electrical Services for meter and electrical work at Brigantine Rowing Club, and this was in a not-to-exceed amount of $16,000. Motion second. Second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our consent agenda. We have the Stockton raffle license number 1082, Heart of Surfing adaptive skateboard request, and the Republican Club Halloween parade request. The motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You? Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our council manager committee discussions. Tiger, anything for us?
So I just have one thing.
I want to publicly wish Ryan Hurst, our Deputy City Manager, well as she embarks on the Ironman down in Cambridge, Maryland this weekend. 2.4 mile swim, followed by a 112-mile bike, followed by a marathon, 6.2 miles. So we're so proud of her. We know she's going to do well, and I just wanted to make sure everyone, she knows everyone in Brigantine is rooting for her. Absolutely. Good luck. Over to our departments. Remind everyone that we have our last each up Saturday and try to get that 9 o'clock. John, the new trash cans around City Hall. I appreciate it. John, you still get the credit. I go to our deputy mayor, Karen Field. I would say that's a sign of a meeting. If you guys go through everything and I have nothing to say, get on the call. Dennis. Ditto. Mr. Ryan. Rick.
Oh, and because John is not here, can I ask how are things going with work?
I just wanted to say our 9/11 ceremony was a great job. Fire department, especially with all great supplies on that day, and also our public works for the job they do, and so it's just thank you. Just a couple of things. Get ready to start the water tower. Systems. That's important. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for coming out. Cultural Economic Development Committee has some discussion. Cultural Arts Commission has the Arts Festival finishing up this Friday. If you haven't gotten down to the community center, it's pretty cool. And then just thanks to everyone. So, direction like as well as our speakers. I want to say too, wasn't able to be at the 9/11 services, but I was in school, but I did have jobs. Tiger, I know they're getting ready to start construction, I guess, on the water tower. I guess the repairs is that we have to be, I know it's next week. So,
John may actually.
I would say just when we have that, just so people are aware on times to make that, so just so people. At the last council meeting, had a couple people speak about it.
Chair, I actually have so for those of you who weren't here, a couple people came in with, I guess, some health concerns about the rubber mulch that's at the Brigantine Community School. I had an opportunity to speak with the superintendent after the meeting. After hearing what we heard at the meeting, I literally left here and called them up. You know, a lot of people outside of business hours, but I was very concerned. He let me know that the school board has been working on this for a while. They've done extensive testing on the, I guess, the rubber mulch that's out there. And according to the testing that's been done, there's no health issues associated with the rubber mulch. I guess the claims of the chemicals or contaminants that were there, you can see that in this. This is the presentation. If anybody wants an actual copy of the lab reports, there's 27 pages each, but this is the summary of them. The actual contaminants and, I guess, information that was shared here, according to these lab reports, it says that that's actually, the results show that it is negligible and no different than what's found naturally occurring in nature. So I wanted to share that with the council, make sure that we all had the most up-to-date information, that the school board has been working on this issue. One of the things the superintendent said that I guess there's some expo that's coming up soon. They're going to look at alternatives in the future. They're not going to pull the rubber mulch out right now because there's no real concern for it. But if there are suitable alternatives for the future to move in that direction as it needs to be replaced. And one of the things he reminded me of too, I think one of the claims is that the mulch has been there since 2004. But I believe in 2012, that whole area was underwater for Sandy, and whatever was there floated away and had to be replaced after Sandy. I do know that that area did flood, so while we do share a lot of sympathy and understand people's concerns, we also want to make sure that we look at the real data that's here. Superintendent said if any council members have further questions, please feel free to reach out to him. Make sure we answer our questions, but according to what's here, there's no health concerns. Let's say I have 2 kids in school. If there's health concerns, I would be upset about this. As I said, I called, I talked to him, I feel comfortable with what's going on there. And again, we talked about, the steel line, follow the science. The science shows there's no issues there. So I wanted to bring that back to council and share that with everyone. Again, I'm not the expert, but the superintendent said if you have questions, please feel free. All right, this time we're going to open it up to public comment. Anybody wishing to be heard, please come up, state your name and address for the record. No one's going to be able to hear you at all. So it's weird. It's a January to January, but we do temporary budget because we don't typically, most municipalities don't pass a budget until around March. So there's a temporary budget to pay the bills, and then until we pass the final budget, we have the full spending. So if the city is going to put in like our side of it, we can send an email to let you guys know. I've talked with our engineer in Stinson. I know that he's working on that. Making sure he stays in contact. I believe it's in the planning. It's not part of the larger project. separate projects.
Last, 5 to 6 months. City. It's a- step again. It's probably a better question, for instance. Yeah, it's not here, but yeah, I know you've been email communication, and that would probably be the best person to direct it to, because I don't have that kind of knowledge. on this. I don't have, but I think this is kind of a first time situation. Everybody's on. If the town. I think first part is the city's moving as fast as we can. The problem is like you do something as a homeowner, there's a process we have to follow. Roughly, first thing is appropriating money. We can't start any project that we don't have the money to pay for. So that's the first thing is appropriation. It goes to design. So we have to have an engineer design. It has to be approved. Once it's designed, it has to go out to bid. Once it goes out to bid, then council has, and we have to vote on the engineer. It's got to go out. It's out to bid for construction. It comes back to us. We then have to vote on awarding that contract. It's up to the contractor. Obviously, in the situation, we try to move it as quick as possible, as fast as the contractor can get materials and start working. It's kind of the process. So I don't have the budget numbers in front of me right now. I'd have to look, and what we're doing is we're moving forward engineering design. That'll give us an idea of costs. If there's money, so we have bonding money that's in different bulkhead projects. Since this is emergent, we're trying to see if we can divert some of that money. But I don't know until the costs come in, and that's something we'll really have to sit with our CFO and sit with our engineer and say, here's where we are. What do we have available? How do we make that work? We're actually in that process. We discussed that last week, and we're trying to move that forward as fast as possible. So, yes. That's big. So funded first. We have the money for the design, but before we can put it out to construction, we actually have to have the money before we put it out to bid. So we're looking at that. I know that Ed Stinson has kind of brought that up about coordination to that. We don't know the ins and outs of that and what we are not able to do. But I know that he is working on that. Do everything. I don't know if it makes sense. Yes. Right.
request would be approved. All right, thank you.
So Kim Delaney, 16 Ocean Drive West. Two questions actually, just two creative ideas. So if if you're you need to be big, but as this is our priority, talk to anyone and partnership people and do that and pay for it.
I don't know if we can because we have bidding rules. So like if you did a project that didn't follow our rules, you would not be able to do
But
I-
it's creative.
it. Be honest, yeah.
Um,
My attorney wants to jump in. So.
Although generous, that is not a very good idea because this will most likely trigger prevailing wage. You don't want to pay prevailing wage on all of your properties to have yours done because greatly increased cost. The cost for the city is going to be much higher than the cost of the because of the rules they follow. Although great idea, you don't want to merge those two projects.
all right, so that's second question is not my background, but there's a cost. Correct. If that's- and then part no.
The
So
DEP, we asked them. They said they will not.
that's not my question. So my question is, you're going to have to pay in your experience taxes. You have to pay for this. So my question is, coming back to then, is if the city, they get their renaissance, oh, they have.
Yes, Mrs. Phillips.
Annie Stokes, 308. Three first of each kind of policy, which was filed 2 days ago.
I just saw the headline.
They don't files lawsuit declaring the based on the story because it's all comes. They have some support. State Department. suggested. Something that's direct. Why not to some council?
That's incorrect, Dan. So Mrs. Phillips, I've actually discussed it at length multiple times at our meetings. We held several meetings with short-term rental owners as well as with community members. I've stated it several times, but in short, it's not the length of stay that makes the difference, it's the behavior of the property. Put things in place to address the behavior of the property. And you can see, I'd say 95% of the issues on the island have been corrected. The other thing too is whether you have a 2-night stay, a 3-night stay, or a 7-night stay, there's workarounds. And I talk this in other communities. You want to come in for the weekend, I'm going to charge you the same amount I would charge you for the weekend and give you a 7-day lease, and you're just there and you check out on Sunday. It doesn't change anything. And I said, if you really wanted to make an impact, you'd probably need a 15 or 20-day minimum. And if I think you did that, you'd probably financially hurt every single short-term rental property on the island. It doesn't make sense. The real issue isn't length of stay, it is behavior. And even the people from 20th Street have all told me it's not perfect, but it is a lot better. The owners of those properties are being more responsive for their properties and are communicating with the people who live around them. I know some of the tenants in those properties have literally handed out their business cards with their cell phone numbers. Any issues, call me, I'll take care of it. And a lot of that has been going on. And I think we've had a lot of success through this season. People who have had major issues said, look, I've had issues with these properties, but come 10, 10, 15 at night, they all shut down. So I think that's really the issue, is the behavior, which I think we've corrected more than any municipality in the state of New Jersey. We're going to continue to work at it. I just met with our code enforcement officials, I guess Tuesday. And one of the things we talked about is, we're through the summer, we've had success, but where we have some of the issues is the bachelor and bachelorette parties, and we really need to be vigilant. And I don't mind if people are there and people come to our island. So,
I see.
I did not mean to cut you off.
You see, the small buses actually. Right. Still facing the same question. Just like trash problems, and you still have the parking problems. So I still have also keep practice. It's changes. I do this, I'm not fine. But still makes the same issue. And it's not but garbage, trash.
There's no other public comment. Close the public portion. One of the things I did want to touch back upon is, I know this question has been asked several times to the council, and so we've talked about the short-term rentals being commercial. But by state law, they are not designated as commercial businesses. By by state law, they are designated as residential. And that's the issue, and you may disagree with that, but that is my understanding. My attorneys tell me the same thing. So as much as you want to say they're commercial, you can't violate people's rights. If the state says that it's residential, they're allowed to operate in residential neighborhoods. And this is more than just addressing trash. Trash is a big part of it, we did, but we talk about the behavior of properties. A lot of that has been addressed. We talk about people renting or advertising more than they're supposed to be in there. It's all been addressed. People operating or renting properties in tandem. We can't control how they rent it, but we can control how they advertise it. And as soon as people brought it to our attention, we made those corrections. So we're correcting everything that we can, and we're going to continue to work on this. We may disagree on the 7 night, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the behavior, and that's what we're going to continue to work on even through the fall. You know, as I said, our code enforcement is going to be out. We're going to be on top of the bachelor and bachelorette parties. And I understand you brought up about what you call mini limos, mini buses that come in. I think some of the short-term rental properties are actually using alternative means of transportation in order to free up parking in the neighborhoods. And I know that there's one owner who let me know that they were having a larger group come in. They had their group and they were within the people, but instead of having everybody take separate cars, they had people meet off site and actually had a bus pick them up, drive them in, drop them off, so they wouldn't take up parking in the area. So one of the things we're really looking at is that change in behavior and the responsibility that a lot of owners are taking in order to make their properties better. And I think that all needs to be on the record as well. All right, are there any final council comments? I see none. Can we have a motion to adjourn? Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Aye. Seeing none, motion passed. Thank you for coming out, watching your council team at work. Everybody enjoy your night.